everyone, thanks so much for joining me. In this video we're going to cover reverse flies, a great strength training move for the back muscles, for the back of the shoulder muscles. Really important to keep as much length in the spine as possible, otherwise it can turn into neck tension, which we definitely don't want. So I'll be really focused on that, those lines, right, keeping the channels really open in the body. As always, spacious and supported joints. Okay, I'm going to be using 6-pound weights, and because of the equipment that I have in my home, I'm going to be showing it basically in bent over or prone positions. So showing the shape of this position upright first. So I really want to keep the center line. Okay, ear over shoulder, over hip, over heel, and the move is going to look something like this. Okay, so along the side, even though I'll be bent over, right, doing it, I want to always reaffirm nice length. Okay, from the back, okay, it's all being initiated, these upper back muscles, and incorporated with the abs and sides. So I'm plugged in, lengthened, squeezing. And much of the time, I keep the range of motion fairly small so that it stays effective and in the appropriate muscle groups. The bigger range of motion you go, the easier it is to get out of alignment, out of the shape, and use more, I call it oomph. You know, we don't want to oomph in these exercises. That's a really easy way to get it to come up the neck. Since I still want to make sure that I'm incorporating my leg, glute strength and keeping the center lines organized, it is really nice to put a yoga block in between the legs. Okay, so you pick your width. And if you don't have a yoga block, just pretend that you do and kind of get a sense, you know, those center hips lining up with center knees, center ankles. I'm going to show it this way, just so you can see I'm really trying to maintain the line. And I also want to make sure I don't hit the wall. Okay, so rooting across the feet, really evenly lengthening the spine, drawing those shoulder blades back. The elbows will have a little bit of a bend. And I want to get that sense that I'm really connecting to all my strength. So I reach out a little bit. Inhale, and on the exhale, it's as though I have a ball underneath each arm next to my side, and I'm squeezing that ball, growing longer, and then hinging. So my knees are a bit bent, but my spine is really lengthened, and my abs are engaged, so everything is just supporting the next thing. Again, just all this before I really start to move. And then that first one is going to be my biggest range of motion until the end. So I'm going to reach the arms out to the sides. Lengthen, kind of hold it there, really making sure that I'm in the right muscle groups, okay, and everything is working together, and then I start to move, okay? So there's no momentum, no oomph, okay? And you could go one arm, and then the other, okay? You could absolutely go bigger range, but like in this range, I barely feel anything. It's more in this midpoint and higher, okay, right here. See, still feeling it. Okay, so go where you feel the most organized, okay, and you feel like you're just in it and it's really effective. So same exercise but in a seated position. Still you could use a block, okay, but because we're going to be bending over, you want to make sure that the block is not going to be in your way. So I put it fairly to get it kind of smooth with my legs. Okay, and so I have the legs bent maybe a little bit forward of the knees. Okay, totally fine. This is going to vary depending on your flexibility, the mobility at your hip joint in this position. Okay, but I still want to stay strong as far as from the feet coming all the way up. Okay, because that's going to motivate the lifting up out of the hips, the length of the spine. And again, I don't want it to go here. Okay, so the action, right, is going to be here. So I want to make sure I'm far enough away from the wall. I might scooch a little bit more. Okay, so it's going to be here. I don't want it to be here, right, in either extreme. I just want to keep finding length and space. Okay, taking them down, plugging in, really trying to, I want to feel my abs lengthen, okay, and connect to my sides and back muscles. I want to make sure I'm not doing anything strange with my neck here. Okay, and then again, taking them out. So I like to stay in a small range of motion, okay, and just going until I'm right on the edge of my form, seeing if I'm really using all my power, am I recruiting legs, okay, abs, sides, back, And then when I'm done, coming back up. Okay, next I'll show it in a prone position. So the prone position can be really advantageous as far as it takes out the need for flexibility at that hip joint, okay? At the same time though, I don't want to collapse here or stop the flow at my low back. So I imagine it's a little bit, there's not a lot of space here. So I imagine that I've got a block between my thighs, but if you have the space to do it, you could totally put one there. You want the groins to be slightly lifted and then hugging that imaginary or real block, lengthening the spine. Knees could be bent or straight, nothing required there, okay? Head of the arm bones up, so this is gonna be the move, right? But it's very fatiguing. So my body's gonna wanna do that, but I don't wanna do that, not really, okay? So I wanna keep, okay, the pathways so that they're spacious, okay, and supported muscularly without being so tense that I close off the channels still with all that intensity and effort. Okay, so appropriate effort. Plugged in, lengthened. Okay, taking them up. Elbows slightly bent, and then again going out to the sides. So really challenging. I mean, we're working against gravity, right? And our arms already weigh whatever they weigh. Okay, so now we're adding weight to it with the levers being really long and far away from the fulcrum. Okay, if you like to think of, I love to think of it that way, okay? So it's a very, very challenging exercise. But all of these, regardless of the variation that you choose, okay, if you're getting into these upper back muscles in a effective way, then as you strengthen them, you're going to reduce tension around the neck and shoulders. So we want to strengthen everything below, okay, with a sense of length and space and empowerment, okay, to support excellent living posture as we go about our life. I hope that this was really helpful. I would love to hear from you. Have a great day. Namaste.